Hey Amanda, how you doing? All right. Thank you so much for your written rationale here. And let's jump right to the work. Okay, so the main thing I want to address is what is a stationary system and what does it do? And I think that we'll all agree, based on what we've learned in the last several weeks, a stationary system is a way to deliver your brand in a consistent manner. And it basically it's a system of communication that allows you to reinforce your brand while communicating what you need to communicate. In this particular case, it's usually contact information, right? Um, so that being said, a branding package has got to reinforce branding, of course, to the nth degree. I mean, it's got to be the branding has got to be spot on consistent. Otherwise, you run the risk of the branding becoming diluted and not enforcing the client adequately, and not representing the client's brand adequately. Okay, I hope that makes sense. Why am I bringing this up, you ask? Well, let's go ahead and take a look. We've got four pieces, right? We got a letterhead, an envelope, and a front and a back of a business card. Okay, so we've got four opportunities to brand, right? The problem I'm having is we've got four different opportunities to brand, and you're using four different branding elements in each of the four, diminishing the impact of the branding and the consistency of the brand across this stationary package. Okay, so you've got this image here. You're using an image and a letterhead, which is really, really unusual. I do not recommend it. The reason being is because there's too much attention. The hierarchy is on the image. It will always be on the image. It's going to be really difficult to communicate, especially if it's if it could be a serious message from Minotaur, depending on the tone of the message, this may not fit. I mean, this is definitely, it's not an objective a letterhead. I mean, it's got a lot of meaning associated with it, and I don't think that's a good idea. And a letterhead, again, because I think it steals attention away from the main portion of the letterhead and what should be of importance, and that's the letter, the contents of the letter itself. Okay. If you research letterheads, you certainly, if you want to move forward with this solution, feel free. As I said, I don't recommend it, and let me give you the following reasons also why it's not recommended. Is because you've got this photo with kind of the storefront, and you've got this version of the logo, right? It looks like that's the word mark, right? That's fine. Now we move to the envelope, and we have a completely different representation of the company. Okay, then we go to the business card, and here is a third representation of the company. Okay, so we go from this kind of store sign word mark over to this kind of badge, label kind of concept. Then we come over here to the shadow logo, and then on the fourth piece we have yet a fourth iteration of the logo, and that is white on this ribbon background. There's just no consistency. We can't enforce solid, consistent branding without those visual attributes being present. My recommendation is this. My recommendation is to go through your branding package, really take a look at things for consistency. Any piece in a branding package should be able to sit next to another piece in a branding package on a desk, and a complete stranger should be able to look at it and say, hey, those were designed at the same time by the same designer, right? Do we see that here and here? I don't think so. I think they're speaking two completely different visual languages. Okay, so do some visual research too. Over in the announcements area, there's a bunch of examples here, and there's some links, and you can link out. As you know, there's a ton of resources in the class, so please feel free to do as much visual research as you can, get a good idea for the flavor of a stationary design. Okay, and then just really try to simplify things and keep things as consistent as you possibly can. Okay, now don't forget, so moving forward, we're going to be designing the other two branding stationary systems. Okay, so you're going to use your monogram. The second you'll use, and that's letterhead, business card, envelope. And then in the second stationery system, letterhead, business card, envelope, you'll use your word mark. And then in the third, you'll use your logo. Okay, so we'll end up with 3 sets altogether by the end of the class. Okay, so those are my recommendations. If you have any questions at all, please let me know. Okay, thank you.